Well, welcome back, fellow pilots. Here we go today in the Harrier, taking off of the Tarawa carrier. This is tricky, and it's a ton of fun and really rewarding when you get it right. So I'm going to show you how I've been able to do it. I hope it's helpful to you. First things first, take a look at how the airplane is loaded. You gotta be light. I'm under 19,000 pounds. That's about where I want to be when I'm landing. Look how little fuel I've got. I only have about 1,100 pounds of fuel, and I'm bringing back some ordnance with me. That's 15%. If you're above 20,000 pounds, you're going to have a heck of a time doing this. Your thrust isn't going to be enough to really keep you aloft for that vertical takeoff. Now, for the vertical landing, I meant. For the vertical takeoff here, it's a little easier. Take a quick look down here for the dry nozzle. 60. That's how many degrees I'm going to punch in over here. So I've got my little nozzle, and I also have a stow stop that I can set. I recommend setting that to 60. Now when I take off, I don't have to think about how hard I'm going to pull that back. What's going to happen is hit the end of the deck, rotate to 60, start climbing out about 100 knots, forward to 25, get a little faster, get a little speed, a little lift over those wings, and then full forward to 0. That's what's going to happen. Now let's do it. So brakes are on. Turn off the parking brake. Flaps are in stall position. Water is off. Let's do it. Run them up. Full power. Engine's coming alive. Brakes are starting to skid. Release. Here we come, the end of the deck. Get ready to rotate. Now. Rotate to 60. Gently raise to the witch's hat. We're flying above that, above 100 knots. Forward to 25. Start to throttle back a little bit. Accelerating still, and nozzles full forward. Alright, let's raise those gear. Raise the flaps. Great. Okay, now that we're airborne and flying, let's simulate that we're going to land this thing. Well, we're not going to simulate it, we're going to do it. So I'm going to turn around. Imagine that I'm turning downwind to the carrier after a carrier brake. So my throttle's going to be full back, about 10 units of angle of attack. I'm doing 12 right now. My goal is to kind of slow down and get down to about 800 feet on downwind. While I do this, I put my gear down and I put my flaps down. Here they are coming down. Now in just a second, I'm going to put my nozzles to 60 degrees. But first, I got to get this stow stop out of the way. Really important that you remember that, so make sure you do it. Okay, I'm a little low, so I'm going to move my nozzles to 60 degrees now. There we go, 60, and add power to keep me about level. Now, take a look at my velocity vector. I want to try to keep it between 0 and 5. Now that I'm at the key position right here, I'm going to go to full hover stop. 82 degrees of nozzles. I need to get some power because I'm a little low. Watching that velocity vector like a hawk. Keep it between 0 and 5, otherwise you'd lose control of your descent rate so easily. Giving a little left rudder, a little more power to get myself under control. Alright, now to start slowing down, I'm going to raise the witch's hat above the horizon bar, and that's going to help me slow down. Adding a little power because I don't want to hit my descent rate too fast. A little low as it is. I like how I'm slowing down, 20 knots, 25 knots. Adding in some power. I almost forgot to put on my water. That's the trouble. Put on my water. Jeez, how did I miss that? Learn from my mistake. Put your water on when you put your gear down and your flaps down. I was wondering, like, why am I losing so much lift? Okay, now that I'm in a pretty good hover here, I like to walk it forward ever so slightly. Get myself over the deck and just slide it to the right. 7 knots is good. I'm watching that velocity vector really carefully. That kind of lets me know. Alright, I'm over it. Just give it a little side. Looking for that yellow line over the middle. There we go. And set it down nice and level and gently.
Fuel blow.
Yeah, you can see I really used up all my fuel. 400 pounds left, but that's how I was able to do it, just because I'm so light. My engine can actually handle it, and even then I couldn't hover really well without water. So I hope this video was valuable to you. I hope you have more success than I did in my first 20 attempts at this, and leave a comment below if there's anything else I can add to these videos and make it more effective. Until then, see you in the friendly sky.